Your dog loves you. That's not in question. But there are things you do every day, things you do because you love them that your dog finds genuinely uncomfortable. Some are confusing. Some are stressful. A few of them, done repeatedly over time, slowly wear something down. Not the relationship, the trust. And the hard part is that most owners never find out. Because dogs don't complain, they don't leave, they stay, they adjust, they absorb, they just get a little quieter, a little more uncertain, a little less themselves. What I'm about to show you isn't a list of things bad owners do. Every single behavior on this list is something loving, well-meaning owners do all the time because it makes sense to us as humans, because it feels like love. But dogs aren't humans. And some of the ways we try to connect with them, they experience as something else entirely. Let's talk about it. Here's the core thing to understand. Dogs read the world differently from us. Their primary language is body language, scent, consistency, rhythm. They don't process our intentions, they process our signals. And sometimes the signals we send say something completely different from what we mean. We hug because in our world, holding someone close means safety. We stare because in our world, eye contact means honesty, presence, connection. We use a firm voice because we want to be clear. In their world, those same signals can mean something else, something older, something that activates instincts we didn't put there and can't turn off with affection. You're not a bad owner for not knowing this. Most people don't. That's not a failure, it's a gap. And right now, we're going to close it. Number 1, hugging. You do it because you love them, because holding someone you care about is the most natural thing in the world to you. Here's what your dog actually feels in that moment. Dogs are built to run. When something stresses them, whether it's a loud noise, an unfamiliar person, a tense situation, their first instinct is to create distance, to move away, to reset. When you wrap your arms around them and hold them in place, that exit disappears. Their body is locked. And even if their brain knows it's you, the instinct fires anyway. Trapped. Can't move. What do I do now? Most dogs don't bite. They tolerate. They turn their head away. Their ears flatten. They hold very still in the way that animals hold still when they don't know what else to do. That's not contentment. That's coping. Number 2, looking them directly in the eye for too long. Direct eye contact between dogs is a challenge. It's how they establish hierarchy, signal tension, test one another. When you stare at your dog, really lock in, you're sending a signal in a language you didn't know you were speaking. Some confident dogs hold your gaze comfortably. Many others look away, look down, lick their lips. They're not being submissive. They're saying, I got the message. Can we move on? Number 3, using an inconsistent set of rules. Your dog is allowed on the couch on Tuesday, not on Thursday. You don't mind them jumping up to greet you when you get home happy, but you correct it when you're tired, and they do the exact same thing. To you, this feels like context, like nuance, like being human. To your dog, it feels like the floor keeps shifting beneath their feet. Dogs build their sense of safety through predictability. When they can accurately predict what's coming, what earns affection, what earns a correction, their nervous system settles. When they can't, they don't. The anxiety you see in some dogs, the pacing, the hypervigilance, the inability to relax often isn't coming from a scary event. It's coming from the slow accumulation of not knowing what's allowed. Number 4, forcing them into social situations they're not comfortable in. The dog park, the new guest who wants to pet them, the child who reaches straight for their face. You want your dog to be social, to enjoy people, to be relaxed in the world. And that instinct is good. But pushing a dog past their threshold, past the point where they've told you, quietly, that they're not okay doesn't teach them to be more comfortable. It teaches them that their signals don't matter. And a dog who has learned that their signals don't matter stops sending them before they bite. Number 5, waking them up abruptly. Dogs cycle through deep sleep fast. When they're in it, really in it, their nervous system is processing, restoring, dreaming. Waking them suddenly, especially by touching them without warning, can pull them out of a state so deep that for a brief moment, The brain hasn't caught up. They react before they recognize. It's not aggression. It's physiology. Let them wake up naturally when possible. Approach with sound first, not touch. Number 6, punishing them after the fact. Your dog chewed something while you were out. You come home an hour later and find the damage. You correct them. They look guilty. Head down, ears flat. That unmistakable expression that seems to say, I know. I know. But here's the truth. Dogs don't connect corrections to actions that happened in the past. They connect corrections to what's happening right now. What's happening right now is that you arrived home, looked at something, and your energy shifted. They're reading you. They're responding to your state, not confessing to a crime. Late punishment doesn't teach them what they did wrong. It teaches them that your homecoming is sometimes unpredictable. And that's a different lesson entirely. Number 7, carrying your stress into the room. Dogs don't just see your emotions, they smell them. Adrenaline has a scent. Cortisol has a scent. The chemistry of a hard day, a difficult conversation, a moment of anxiety, your dog picks it up before you've said a word, before you've even sat down. And because they are deeply wired to track the emotional state of their person, they carry it. They absorb it. A consistently stressed owner often has a consistently anxious dog, not because of anything that happened to the dog, but because the dog has been living inside your nervous system for years. This isn't something to feel guilty about. Life is hard. Stress is real. But your dog is not separate from it. They're in it with you. You're on a walk. There's somewhere to be. The leash tightens. You pull them forward. That sniff your dog was doing, that wasn't just smelling something interesting. That was your dog reading a paragraph, a detailed, layered piece of information about who passed by, when, how old they were, what they were feeling, whether they were healthy. For a dog, sniffing is not a detour from the walk. It is the walk. Restricting it, consistently rushing them past every message left on every surface, is the equivalent of someone following you around and closing every book you pick up before you can read the first page. They'll comply, but something that matters to them is being cut short every time. Here's what I want you to sit with for a moment. Your dog has never once been angry with you for any of this. They haven't held it against you. They haven't punished you for the hugs that stressed them, the rules that confused them, the stress they absorbed without asking. They showed up the next morning the same way they always do. That's not because they don't feel it. It's because their loyalty is not conditional on your getting everything right. They're not waiting for you to be perfect. They're just with you, in whatever form that takes. But now you know, and knowing changes what you can offer them. Not guilt awareness, not a sudden overhaul, small adjustments. A little more space in the greeting, a little more time at the lamppost, a little more consistency, a little less correction delivered too late. Your dog doesn't need you to be a professional trainer. They need you to be readable, predictable. Present. They've been trying to tell you all of this for years, in a language you're only now beginning to learn. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the one behavior your dog does that you've never fully been able to understand? Something they do that seems random, or strange, or inconsistent, and you've never found a satisfying answer for. Tell me in the comments, the ones that come up the most. I'll turn into a video. See you next time.